No, I forget which universe it is, but there's a Spider-Man universe where MJ dies. Do you know about this one?
From the radioactive spunk?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Oh, man. Actually, I did have more. I wanted to bring this up now.
Betty Ross, too.
Betty Ross?
Well, Betty Ross dies from the gamma radiation that the Hulk just emits.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That might be. I wonder if that's the same universe, like what Earth that is. You know what I mean?
All the superhero significant others die of cancer?
Because the superheroes are just cancerous? Yeah, why not?
I guess. That'd be weird to be the same universe.
Oh, that's why I remember what it's because so it's equipped. Like a lot of people have made comparisons to like this Spider-Man where she dies from his radioactive sperm.
What, like Tom Holland's?
No.
Oh, what? I'm confused.
So it's radioactive spider cum kills Mary Jane Watson.
Can we say spunk? I don't
Yeah, let's call it what it is. Come on, let's be adults about this. I laugh like a child. It's called Spider-Man Reign or Spider-Man's Reign. Yeah, but it's set more in the future, so it's like all of this aftermath, and he's retired as Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
And there's something about bringing him back, and I want to get it. I want to read it. But people have related it to Frank Miller's Dark Knight for its like dark story about Parker and Spider-Man and how Parker is retired, but is like he's an old Parker coming back as Spider-Man after I think Kingpin maybe is like really taken over the city in a big way or something. There's Spider-Man lore inside of it that I'm forgetting, but like I was reading about it and just like reading about Mary Jane Watson being killed by his radioactive stuff. There you go. You happy?
Yeah. Is that the one where he like gets killed by the NYPD?
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't go that far into it.
There's one where like Parker just goes like all rogue, fuck it, and starts killing villains, and ends up with a standoff with the NYPD, and they just basically shoot him down.
Maybe that doesn't sound right from what I was reading, but I don't know. That could be the one. I don't know.
Couple evil spiders out there.
We've been talking about this for a minute. Let's get into this shit.
This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is
Tommy and Jacob's mixtape. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's been a minute for us being in here in the studio recording for y'all.
Yeah, we lied. We're not going to do a review today. With Jacob being out of town and everything, it was just kind of easier to kind of follow up with our last episode where we talked a little bit about Elden Ring and the Batman. It was kind of like first impressions of Elden Ring and then predictions of Batman, because after that recording we went and saw it.
Yep.
So we have some thoughts about that.
And also in between the last recording and this recording, Tommy was on the fence of getting Elden Ring. And what happened, Tommy?
I got Elden Ring.
He bought Elden Ring.
I'm like level 32. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, there you go. And I'm level 88. Although I did find a broken part of the game to level up pretty quick. But yeah, you had some other stuff you wanted to bring up before we get into that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Recently, like every month, kind of like with PlayStation Now Plus, all that kind of shit, I check on Game Pass, and Guardians of the Galaxy is on Game Pass.
Yes. So I have been told that, yes, you 100% play as Star-Lord the entire time.
Yes.
And the other Guardians, it's kind of like you can send out commands with them,
yes,
which can be helpful, but most of the time they are pretty useless.
No, I didn't find it that way. I didn't find him very useless. It really just depends. Like, you really just need to get down who's good at what. Mm-hmm. And they're all just really support, really. So, yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I could see you playing this game and not using them if you didn't want to. But again, I just got to the beginning, so I don't know later on. The thing I liked about it most was it kind of felt like, story-wise, it felt like Marvel's Avengers mixed with, because it's sci-fi, kind of felt like Mass Effect, because there are dialogue choices that have repercussions.
Oh, cool. Okay.
With the dynamic of your team.
Word.
Which is very Mass Effect if you ever played that. You can piss people off, and then later on, that can really bite you in the ass.
You can do that in Elden Ring too.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you can make horrible choices. Yeah.
And then it plays like Fallen Order.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
I liked it as a little like palate cleanser break from Elden Ring because it's very linear and
word
moss mob fighting and
maybe I should get Kirby then. No, because I just get so wrapped up in a game.
that review didn't do anything for me.
Really?
I played the demo and I just didn't like it.
Huh.
I was really bummed. Kirby games, man. I can't. I love it, but I can't. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. It's the weirdest thing is that like I'm not a huge Guardians fan. I did rewatch the movies because of the game. And I was like, man, these characters are really weird. And it's because I'm used to them in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So Rocket Raccoon sounds like Rocket Raccoon, but doesn't sound like Rocket Raccoon.
That broke my brain for a second. I know what you mean.
It's not Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, it's not Bradley Cooper. You know Bradley Cooper's not coming back for Rocket Raccoon, right?
In the third one?
Yeah.
Weird. He's a cybernetic. You can make that work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. It looks great too. It looks really good. It's really colorful. Oh, and the music. The music, just like the movies, the music's really good. There's like this whole mechanic where if all your guys are
80s,
getting
70s rock,
and if all your guys are getting their ass kicked, you hit the top bumpers, and Star-Lord grabs his little cassette tape player and he holds it up, and it goes all like bright light, big city Pokemon kind of like action lines, and everyone huddles up and you go into first person and they start saying key words, and you have to do like a speech to like rally the team.
What the fuck?
And if you rally them correctly, they all get like a bonus, attack and a defense bonus. But then it cuts into and it plays some fucking rad ass jam from like the 80s as you're fighting like 100 guys. It feels good. You're like,
why am I drawing a blank on any of the songs? Like I wanted to start just like humming one of the songs or singing about.
Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Of course, the one that I don't know.
But yeah,
I was trying to remember Fleetwood Mac. But yeah.
If you have Game Passes, I definitely think it's. I don't know if I'll ever buy it, but it was fun to check. To check out for free, quote unquote.
Well, if you have Game Pass, if you have Game Pass, just
download it. Yeah, it's cool. It's entertaining.
Word, cool. But yeah, I was thinking about like maybe I do want to get Kirby because, like you said, like it's something that's just a palate cleanser from Elden Ring. For when you were like don't want to be playing, like when maybe you're frustrated at Elden Ring, I want to make sure I'm still good at video games.
I want something I can win.
Like maybe getting Kirby for that because I thought Kirby looked great. That review, like it made me really interested in it, but I don't think it's not like I need to get it right away.
Get the demo.
I mean, yeah, maybe. What I think I'm going to do, I think I'll actually get the cartridge. So in case you do want to play it, I can lend it to you.
All right, I'll do that.
Because it's definitely not a game that, like Mario Odyssey, it's like, I got that on the cartridge and, I lent that to you. And I don't think you would have played Mario Odyssey if I didn't have the cartridge to lend you.
No, and then I ended up buying it, right? To finish it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, besides the two topics of the day, what's going on with you?
Well, I mean, I came back from Spokane, and Spokane was great. I was helping one of my closest friends develop a new play that will hopefully actually get like a nice, good premiere in the next year or so. Like it turned from like okay script, I'll say. It was like there was a story inside of it that wanted to be told, but the structure and the characters just weren't ready for it yet. And through a week-long process of 20 plus rehearsal hours and one performance. Oh God, it was a lot. And then also a lot of late night rewrites with David. This beautiful play that's set in like a family mom and pop shop, the fast food restaurant. It's a close look at the lower income, lower class people that are overlooked in our society that are working in these places, that are struggling paycheck to paycheck, and the hardships that they have to deal with in a real life situation. I played a parolee ex-convict who was working there. We're living in a half house, working work release program through the state, and my character just falls back into his patterns essentially of Well, he's trying to break out of him, but it's like, just like family drama happens for him, which causes him to spiral. And he realizes that his son is going to possibly go down to the same stuff, like patterns as he himself. So he essentially turns his baby mama in and everybody around him in to protect his son from that world and essentially put him into a system. While my character is still like, I don't belong out in the real world. I deserve to be in prison. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to function out here. Mm-hmm. I can't function out here. As soon as I get back out here, I fall back to my pattern. I need to stay hidden in my cave. I need to be over here so I don't hurt anybody. It was a very powerful fucking moment with like the lead character in me. It was like, it was a really fun play to do. Really, really intense American style drama, like modern American drama. And I really give my buddy David a really, like, he really understands people and character development. Like, all of these people that he wrote, they feel like someone that you've met at some point in your life. That's easily, cool. You know?
Yeah.
And like the way that it's super racially diverse, it's age diverse. Like there's 2 like older women characters that are fully fledged characters. They're not just like the grandma or the ma, you know? It's like this woman experienced hardship in her life and she has a hard time in this play. Like she's an actual character. It was wonderful. I can't wait for it to actually see like the light of day and hopefully here in Seattle at some point. That'd be cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Time well spent in Spokane.
Yeah, it was very great. It was artistically invigorating and revitalizing. Makes me want to do more. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, so it was a good time. And I hope you guys are okay with us doing another banter because of that. So, because that's really what brought this all upon us. But yeah, let's switch gears. Let's get into Elden Ring. And how do you feel about it now, Tommy?
It's hard.
You like it though.
I do like it.
I mean, yeah. So, like I was saying I had said it last week's recording. I definitely this game is gonna 100% get Game of the Year. I can't think of another game that's gonna come out that'll beat this.
I mean, it's real early.
Dude. Even still, man, this game is just like it's so groundbreaking for like a From Software game, and I don't know, just like even just like so like how it's so open world. Like the last couple of years the games that have won, like, well, I don't remember what won last year. That was Hades, wasn't it? I don't know, I'm thinking like in the last 5-6 years, like the ones that like really been groundbreaking that have won is like been Breath of the Wild, Spider-Man, you know, all of these games that had like amazing open world-ish style of maps and just like the exploration was so different and whatnot. What?
It Takes Two.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I didn't
know that.
I remember that, yeah. But
I have that. I just never played it.
And then the year before that was Hades, right? Or did you just look up just last year?
I just looked up last year. But okay. Yeah, it's a one number change. Last of Us Part 2 was 2020.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's you just said type in Game of the Year, blank year, and the first one that came up.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there like, didn't Hades win one? Did that win the year before?
Hades won something.
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty funny actually.
What?
You? Hades, right? No, something very different.
Also, I'm hearing like Last of Us Part 2. I'm like, oh yeah, that did come out.
Oh, Sekiro won 2019.
What the fuck? What 2018?
Guess, what do you think it was?
Spider-Man.
God of War. Okay, one more.
Fuck me, man.
17. That was going pretty far back.
Hades! It was Spider-Man.
Dude, for 2017, what were you playing the shit of in 2017?
What was I playing the shit out of 20? Just Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
I didn't play Breath of the Wild till 2018 though.
Okay.
Or what did I?
I don't know. I thought you played it when it first came out.
No, I didn't get the Switch until like it was out for like a year or two. And then you didn't get the Switch until like a year after that. Yeah. Okay. Well,
okay, so you think
fuck me,
Elden Ring is gonna win?
I do. It's gonna win Game of the Year. I'm predicting now.
Well, like also like I guess what I do agree with the open world thing because even like for anyone that's played, I avoid Margaret. Is that their name? The Fallen.
Oh, Margaret the Fallen.
Margaret the Fallen.
Or is it? It's Margit the Fallen or Margit.
Yeah. I just been calling them.
Oh no, the Fallen. The Fall Omen. There's Margit the Fall Omen.
that thing. I kind of avoid that for a long time. I only took me actually like 3 or 4 times to beat him, but I also
Really?
Yeah, because I went in the first time and saw how it fought and died pretty quickly and went, I'm not ready for that. And then I leveled up like 10 more levels or 15 more levels and then went back and was like, better? Like got you down to like half, but still no, because that second phase I'm not really getting it. And then
did you have your summon, your bells, your summon bells
the
at that time?
the first 2 times I didn't have any summons.
Yeah, neither did I. The first couple, like I tried it more than a couple of times the first time, and with the sorcerer aid summon that comes on, and I got him down to like the most I did was like a little over half, and then he would just wipe me out.
There is a cool item you can get for that fight called Margit's shackles that are pretty cool if you want to kind of, if this motherfucker's been taunting you and you want to put him in his place. Excuse me. It's pretty cool.
Sorry, I'm looking up the name right now because I'm just like, yeah, it's Margit, the Fell Omen. The Fell Omen. Fuck the names in this goddamn game. They're so
fucking hard.
They're just so fucking. I mean, it's also. I was just reading an article about George R. R. Martin, who, if you guys aren't aware, I think we brought this up in the last episode. He's the guy who wrote the story. People were pointing out that a lot of the main characters, their names begin with the letters of his initials.
Yeah.
Godric, Genya, Badada, there's Renala, Raken, Rena, Moog, Margit, George R. R. Martin.
I wonder if someone's made a character that looks like him.
George R. R. Martin?
That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Like him in his own world.
Also, your character, you'd designed to be kind of like short and portly, it looked like.
No.
That's weird.
No, I did the biggest stats possible.
Like, no, character design.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
That's
the
so
tallest and like.
Your character looks shorter than mine when I was looking at it.
I was going with a frost giant from Thor.
Interesting. Okay.
That's why his name's Pale Rot. Because actually, if without everything on, if you look at him, he looks like one of the aliens from Prometheus. The big aliens.
Oh, interesting.
Like when you see him naked, like when you're designing him, he looks like one of the, like, even structure to it, to one of those like a similar faces thing. Oh shit, it looks like one of the aliens from. Sweet, I'm gonna do that.
Nice, cool.
But to what I was getting at, so yeah, I didn't beat Margit for like, I think the 4th time, because also then I got Margit's shackles, which are really cool. But it's so open world. I was able to get really far north. There's a little secret path around the castle that you can take. It's kind of hard to find. I just stumbled upon it because I was just fucking around. But I was able to get really far north. And again, I was in an area I was like, I don't belong here. I really. But it's just cool that it's like, it's not, it doesn't.
Did you get to the castle with the hands?
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
Also, yeah, no, think about it. It's like you probably would have gotten to the area where there's like just magic just getting blasted at you. You probably would have just ran the other direction.
I got to the academy.
You didn't go more north than the academy?
No.
Okay.
But for being like level 25 or whatever in that area, it was very clear that I wasn't supposed to be there. But it's just cool that you're not restrained in this hardcore. You really can just explore. And there's a lot of teleporters around. Careful of chests, yo. Yeah. They will send you places you do not.
Really want to know where the fuck that chest was that teleported you.
Oh, to find out where I was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Because I have because I've explored everywhere that you've explored. But there's still just like little like areas, like little caves that like there's one I was reading. I was told by an NPC in the game to like take this medallion to this woman in a cave, Latenna, and that it would be west of the Laskian ruins. I was like, okay. So I went to the Laskian ruins and I went west. I'm following the rock face and I'm not seeing a fucking cave and I'm getting really frustrated. So finally I looked it up online. And I'm watching the person run in the exact area I'm in, and they turn and they just go walk forward, and all of a sudden, like, what looks like just a shadow on a rock face is a fucking cave. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So there's a lot of little things like that in this game where it's just like, okay, like you really got to pay attention. Like something that it just may have caught your eye better than it caught my eye.
Yeah.
You know?
No, totally. And
vice versa, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, it's like it's hard, but it's also nice that it is in a world that you can like, and that's what I find interesting. The more I play it, I now see the Breath of the Wild thing that was being used as comparison that I think people were taking way too literally.
Yeah, because there was a lot of people like, stop comparing the open world to Breath of the Wild. I'm like, why? It is so much like Breath of the Wild.
In the transversal kind of go wherever you want to. Not you can't climb walls and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
there are limitations. But that's the thing is like, with these limitations, there are ways around those limitations.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say something that maybe like hardcore From Software fans are like gonna disagree with, but for someone like me that's not one of them, I really recommend getting a rune farming spot early on.
Dude, a lot of the From Software people, they're the ones that are finding these rune farming spots.
Yeah, but you were also saying like that it like part of it like takes like you felt like
that's how I personally felt.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people feel that way, but if I didn't have my one spot, especially because and this one spot is going to become obsolete, obviously, at a certain point. But if I didn't have this spot, I probably would have quit a long time ago. Because even for me, losing 5,000 runes is a huge deal for me right now because that's 2,000 away from another level up.
Yeah, and that makes that makes sense. Like for me, losing like 5,000 for me right now, I'd be like, fucking whatever. I can go just kill a couple trolls. Which for you, killing a couple trolls is like an endeavor.
I'm okay with the trolls. Yeah, it just takes a minute.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I can kill a troll in like under a minute.
Oh no, it takes me some time.
Yeah, but like I have like the spot that I have, which it's right now the best rune farming spot in the game that people have discovered.
But yours is like a suicidal glitch.
Yeah.
The bird like ends up throwing itself off a ledge.
The bird just runs off the ledge after you attack it from across the way.
Yeah.
So they might patch something soon. So like I might not have this like rune farming spot very much longer because they might patch to where the bird's gonna like and then fly at me and I'll be like, and I'm fucked.
Well, like mine is actual like mine still has a little bit of a danger to it because mine is very much I have to sneak up on them, but I still have to then that just gets them down to half and I still have to fight them. So I have to just like sneak attack and then bum rush them and then find the next one, sneak attack, bum rush them. So there's still like a little bit of a
that's definitely a rune farming, but that's like a grinding. Like you're actually
super grinding.
You're actually doing a grinding. Well, I'm doing a grinding thing, but it's more of a broken grinding thing.
Glitch grind. Yeah.
It's not even really. It's literally just a broken part. You know. I guess that's what a glitch is technically.
They didn't think you were going to do that.
Yeah, but it's like it's a thing that's designed into the game. It's like an oversight. It's not like I'm running through a wall and collecting 10,000 runes.
Yeah, you're not
time.
Breaking through the walls and then finding a path underneath to then get behind a bad guy
exactly,
and then two-hit. Yeah, it's like,
yeah. But like, it's already getting to a point for me where it's like, to level up, I got to do it like 5 times. Like I need like 45,000, 50,000 runes for one level.
Yeah, I'm in this really sweet spot where my farming 1,000 each. I'm like, this is good, and I'm like, God, I really don't want this part to be over. Like, fuck.
Yeah, the game's fucking brilliant. And it's like so. There's 5 main story bosses, and the other day I finally beat the second one. Because I've spent last week. I only played like maybe a total of 4 or 5 hours while I was in Spokane because of everything that was going on. But like I'm over 60 hours of gameplay and I still have 3 main story bosses to defeat and large amounts of areas still to explore.
That's pretty crazy, actually. You had 60 hours already.
And I'm level 88, and the level cap is somewhere around like 767. I want to say, because, and I think someone doing the calculations, like if you were to like max out all of your attributes to 99, that's where your level would stop.
So level calculation in Elden Ring, top level can be 713. The highest level possible when all 8 scales are at 99 is 713, requiring a grand total of
Is that even a number you know that word for? How many commas is it?
3.
3 commas?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. I was actually kind of like, I thought it'd be more.
It's only in the trillions?
I mean.
Or is that billions?
Wait, because 1, 2, 3, that's okay.
1
billion, right? Yeah, it's billion. So it's 1,692,000,000 and some change. Right? Because hundreds, thousands.
That's
10,
the total amount of runes you need to collect to get there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of runes, actually.
But what's crazy, that's how many you need to collect and use.
Yeah.
Not calculating what you lose when you die.
Could you imagine just collecting that many runes and not dying?
No. I mean, I guess you could if you spend 3 years farming. I don't know. Like,
there's people that will do like speed runs with not leveling up anything, you know.
Oh yeah, but those are like the fan
but they
fans.
they probably die a lot too. Because you can die. You're getting to a point where you miss one dodge, you're dead.
Yeah, no, I have a couple people that I run into. I'm like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah,
got it. I'll come back around later. Got it. Something else I think that we wanted to talk about was we fucked around with the multiplayer last night.
Yeah.
And if people haven't really messed around with that and want a little explanation, we'll go ahead and talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, because I understand what they're doing because it's being a From Software game, but it is kind of a bummer that it's so limiting.
It's good for From Software. It's not good for a fan of an open world RPG and what you might want to do with your buddy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
You know what I mean? So it's very much you need. It's kind of weird. And I say that we had to like kind of play around with it because it is a very unique mechanic to what him and Jacob and I have actually played.
Well, and also this is I believe this is very similar to how all the From Software online multiplayer games are.
Yeah, and that's what I meant for us when we play online stuff together. You need specific items in which one person throws down. You basically have to someone throws out a line and you're the fish and you got to grab it and they got to pull you into their world.
Yeah.
But it's very much just kind of designed for boss areas because the second you die or you kill a boss, that person is then ripped from your world and put back in theirs. Mm-hmm. And it has a lot of limitations, like you can't summon and you cannot call Torrent your steed. So you really can't. I mean, you could, but you'd have to by foot travel everywhere. So you can't really both jump on your horse and just kind of let's go see what we find together and maybe try and fight the thing. You know, you have to have kind of an end goal. Yeah, already in line.
It's like we're either going to do a catacomb, a cave, or a castle, like some type of thing together.
Yeah, and then also when you die, you have to start the process all over again. You can't just kind of respawn together.
Yeah,
you can't use sites of grace, so you can't reset anything, and you can't do any kind of smithing. There's just really weird limitations.
Can't level up. Yeah,
you can still buy stuff, but you can't upgrade. It's just kind of weird what they decided you can and can't do. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's a reason because maybe what they want. I think that might be what it is. Now that I think about it, they don't want you coming into my world with 100 smithing stones and being able to just give them to me and then.
Oh, that makes sense why I wasn't able to give you those fingers.
Yeah, you can't give me items. You can give me weapons and stuff.
I can give you equipment, but I
can't give me, like, buffers.
Or spells or ashes of war.
Yeah.
But then why is there an option for me to leave it on the ground?
You just don't want... Oh, because, there's...
Because there's a discard option instead.
And discard destroys it?
Yeah, discard just erases it.
Huh. I almost did that to the sword you gave me. I was like, wait.
Not discard.
Don't do that. Leave that right here. But yeah, so the multiplayer was just kind of weird. I mean, we did beat a boss together, and that was fun.
And yeah, it got you Lethal the Headless.
Yeah, like so. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Remember, I was running around. I was like, I don't know what to do now.
Level up your mind.
Yeah.
I mean, you just need to level up one more time. I'm pretty sure to be able to cast it.
Yeah, I'm level 20. It's 21 on mind. But yeah, I mean. I get why they do it. I do wish that they did have kind of more of an option to just explore the world with a friend. Like, yeah. And this is going to be a terrible comparison, but like that was kind of the most fun in Fallout 76.
Or even like Red Dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, I used Fallout 76 because of like the monsters and
like unlocking areas
and the bunkers. You know, it's like, oh, look at that. That's like an underground thing. You want to go check that out? Yeah, let's go do it.
Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of thing is like Fallout 76 is designed to be more of an MMO, Fallout MMO, as opposed to this being it's From Software. Their whole like online stuff is to be more PvP. It's like, I'm going to create this character and then I'm going to go try and fight and kill people.
Oh yeah, we got attacked by that person.
Yeah, and we fucking wrecked him. Didn't we? Or did he kill us?
No, we
Oh, that's right. We
didn't wreck him. We beat him.
It's true.
It's not like he walked in and we were like, boom, boom, down. It's like
That's true.
We fought him for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's also when I was realizing that my character was super nerfed. I was like, why is my health so low? I only have 3 healing potions. What is happening?
Well, that's what's weird, too. Wait, okay, so how...
I wonder if I was to bring you into my world, if you would get super nerfed, or if I would get super nerfed, or if you would go up to my strength. I think I would get super nerfed. I think the person's lower.
I thought it matched. I actually don't know. I thought it matched whoever the host of fingers was.
We'll have to give it a try.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting to see you just all of a sudden like super strong.
But it's weird that you only have 3 potions.
Mm-hmm.
I had 7 health potions.
Really?
Yeah, I have 7 health potions.
You have 7 already?
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, I told you.
You've been exploring.
I've been exploring.
Wait, so do you have it on 7 healing flasks, 1 a magic flask?
No, I don't. There's no. My character doesn't need magic flask right now.
Oh, you're gonna now that if you start using Lethal the Headless, you might want to.
Yeah.
I have 7 health, 2 magic, so I have 9 total.
Okay, but it's weird it dropped you down to 3.
Maybe it dropped me down to 4.
But still, I'm like, I had 7. How many were?
Oh, but I probably still had 1 or 2 in magic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you had the same amount. They were just allocated different. But that's weird too. But since you couldn't go to a site of grace, you couldn't allocate them for that run.
So it's also like if I go into your game, I can't go to a site of grace because it's also changing my attributes. I couldn't use some of my magic spells. No, I couldn't use those magic spells because I didn't have enough FP anymore because it lowered that. But it changed. Okay, there's a full thing.
That's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about it, because then it's like you get so used to your build, and then suddenly they just like put this cap on it, and it's like, well, that completely changes my play style to what I played 15 hours ago, 20 hours ago.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Well, because even I was hearing, I can't remember what podcast was talking about it, but they were saying that also because there's no summons makes it harder, but then also there is kind of some sort of the enemies get a little bit tougher because there are 2 actual players in the world. Yeah. But it's like, okay, fine, I get that, but then you make it so this person can't use. It's kind of like hard mode actually.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess what the whole thing is like, it's an expectation that with 2 players, like non NPCs, that there's more control of the game as opposed to a summon is going to be like with a set parameter. It's not looking to avoid in the right way that a player is going to be like, oh, I know the timing to dodge. The summon is just attack. Yeah. Avoid if it thinks about it, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like the expectation with that, you know?
Yeah. I think this is a game I'm definitely going to play for a really long time because I'm really terrible at it, but it's fun.
No, that's the thing is like, even as like, because I have so much more world to explore, I am going to avoid doing what because I know every single time this happens with me is like when I finally beat the end boss, I'm like, well, what's the point of playing the game anymore? Even though if there's a lot of world to explore still. I mean, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, there's still things for me to explore and discover in that. But since I already beat Ganondorf, I'm like, I really don't care.
Then just don't fight the end boss.
That's what I need to make sure I don't until I feel fully satisfied with the game. Maybe I never beat the end boss.
I mean, with Skyrim, I did the main quest once and never
did it again.
In all my playthroughs,
really,
I would go to a certain point where you learn to shout, like using the dragon language, and then I would stop because once you get past that point, dragons are now like a common occurrence. So you'll be like doing a quest, mind your own business, and suddenly a fucking dragon will show up, and I'm like, it got annoying. I'm like, I don't want to fight a dragon right now. But they would follow you.
Oh, they follow you?
Yeah, like
fucking annoying.
They're annoying, and it got to a point they're not like hard at a certain point, especially once you figure out their mechanics. But they're just kind of a nuisance, and it's like I never used. And you want dragons for dragon bones to get dragon armor if you want to wear that, but I never cared.
Oh, yeah.
So I just got to a certain point in the storyline and then just never finished it. Did
Done
everything
with
else.
that.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of nice thing. The dragons in Elden Ring do not follow you. Like, you can run away and they'll just go back to their perch.
Yeah, that one fucking night dude just wouldn't fuck off yesterday.
So fucking funny.
But yeah, I mean,
if I were you, I would have just like kept like running back and like, 1, 2, 3, run, like run around the castle.
No, but dude, that thing's like a 2 hit for me right now.
It just kills you in 2 hits.
Yeah. Because even then with my...
There's more of them in that castle. Oh, that's what I ended up doing last night. I finished Stormvale.
Again?
No, so there's 2 hidden bosses in Stormvale.
Oh.
They're not, they don't really get like a boss meter, but they give you shit. So like that golden armor dude that I was telling you about, kill him, you get a really cool holy spell that costs 30 FP. And also when you get him down to half-life, he grows wings and turns into like a fucking angel type character. He's fucking intense. And then at the basement, the bottom of Stormvale, there's this giant like tree-looking root dragon type thing. That when you kill, you get a golden seed from it.
Oh, and that's for flasks and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's to increase the healing capabilities of them. Yeah. And when I was first in Stormvale, I discovered both of those guys, and I was like, no. Especially that second one, because what it is like you fall down into this like area where there's all these like rats, and there's a giant rat, and then you reach the end of it, and you're like, okay, well, like generally, like if there's a boss, you know, I think it's only when there's like a great enemy, I don't know, story enemy or whatever. There's the gold mist to enter through, you know?
Yeah.
You just kind of look down and you see like there's a bunch of items, and you're like, okay, whatever. This is the only direction to go now because I fell down into this pit. Now I need to fall down into this pit. You fall down into that pit. All of a sudden, ground rebels. And you're like, oh, it's like when you fucking the first Mirelurk queen you run into in Fallout 4, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And then that happened the first time, but I was like, oh fuck, and I tried to summon and just one hit, dead. And I was like, well, I can't go back and get those runes. Cool. So yeah, I ended up killing them last night because of my fucking dragon breath. That spell is so fucking cool.
Oh, you finally got that?
Yeah, I love life bad buff.
You actually shoot it out of your mouth?
You grow a giant dragon's head and just spew dragon's breath.
That's cool.
It looks kind of pokey, but like it's still kind of cool.
Does it have a big range of like a...
It's pretty direct forward, but I would say it's got like, I don't know, if there's like 3 medium-sized enemies like kind of in a line next to each other, you'd hit 3 of them.
Okay. What level were you killed that dragon in the lake area? To surprise.
40-ish, maybe late mid-30s. I think I may have killed it before I killed Godfrick.
What about the horse guy?
Tree Sentinel?
Yeah.
I think I was like level 50, and like the Tree Sentinel, literally once you get good with Torrent and avoiding attacks with Torrent, the Tree Sentinel's nothing. Like literally the Tree Sentinel, he's not like, he's there, he's a powerhouse. You get hit, it sucks. Also, if you just have a summon against him as well, he gets distracted by the summon too. But he'll take out the summon really quick if it's not strong. But literally,
maybe I'll try the headless on him.
Yeah, lethal. I used lethal with him. But yeah, I would literally, yeah, just like you can just get that timing down with him.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why I'm all like afraid of him.
You were trying to kill him without Torrent?
No, God no. I think when I kept trying to beat him, I never had any summons.
Yeah, summons always help because they work as a good distraction.
Yeah.
So then, like, you can get behind the enemy and like, ha-da.
Or like you get far enough away to take a health potion and then he stops chasing you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought he wouldn't be able to get into the church. He's definitely able to get into the church.
Take me to church.
So he breaks down the walls and shit. I didn't know. I was like, I'm good here. Oh no. But yeah, I mean, that's my biggest thing. It's like I get it. It's not designed for that, but it would really be fun to be able to play online. And I guess if you just did Catacombs, you'll get that feeling. But it'd be fun to be in the open world and be like, yo, what the fuck is that?
It would be interesting for us to like start at a Grace and just see how far we can get on foot.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be fun also just to do Stormvale together. Yeah. That might be fun. Especially like... God, going through Stormvale again last night, I was having like PTSD. Because there's fucking parts in that area that are fucking hard. Yeah. Like, when you get into the open courtyard, which is near the end of... Oh, I saw it, and I was like, Oh, did you already fight the giant thing in the dining room? The knight? No. It's the same enemy that you fight at the beginning of the game that kills you at the very, very beginning. Oh, the spider thing? Yeah. There's one of those in the castle. Cool. But you'll get to an area where you look over and you see the dining room and you can see it, and you can literally just kill it with arrows before you go down there. Yeah, I need to get a bow still. I meant to give you my longbow. You can buy that one. Yeah. Anyway. All right. We should switch gears. We've been talking about Elden Ring for a little bit. Unless you have, I'm having fun talking about Elden Ring too, you know. Like I was telling you, like I was telling Tommy over the weekend, is like, this game is so fun and there's so much content, and there's going to be so much content for people to like be exploring and learning about for so long for the next couple of months. We could just like have a side podcast like every 2 weeks talk about Elden Ring. I mean, we don't want to do that because we don't have the time for that, but it's like, that's just how much there is about this game and how fun it is to play. Yeah. It's definitely, and it's like, I think what I'm having a lot of fun is, and I haven't had it in a long time, is the being part of the community. Like, it's like the new big thing. Everyone's like talking about it. Yeah. Like, this week on Elden Ring, you know? Yeah, like, right. Well, it's like we got coworkers here that are really excited about it. I got coworkers where I work that we were talking about it. It's like everywhere we go, it's like we're talking about it. When I was in Spokane, I was talking with my buddy Delvon about it. Yeah, and I just haven't, you know? I don't think I've played anything like... It's a cultural phenomenon for gamers. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's the new season of Game of Thrones. It's like, thank you, George R. R. Martin. Did you see that shit? You know, oh, dude, that's a scary area. You know, like, it's fun to be in that kind of conversation. Mm-hmm. And it's like, even like UJ and I have been like talking about it, like, sending memes and stuff. You know, it's fun. All right, I'll tell you later. Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about movies now. Because we are a movie review podcast. It's a mixtape review podcast. It's a mixtape. So that's all for Elden Ring. We are going to be talking about the Batman. So if you have not seen it, we are going to be a little spoily. Yeah, definitely. The spoiler alert. We're going to give. I'm going to do a little transition for us on this one. Oh, you are? Yeah, just so it's like, and spoilers now type thing. Okay. So so if you are not interested in that, please like, subscribe. Thank you for listening. We're not going to sign off. We're going to talk about the Batman. We'll be back in a minute, right? Yeah. And we're back. The Batman. You mean 7? David Fincher's Batman. Fuck. So again, yes, this is the spoily part of our podcast today. So do you want to bring up the points first, or do you want those to maybe naturally come up? Bueller? Well, how about let's start off with this, with one of the points. You said in the last recording that you think this is probably going to become your new favorite Batman movie. Jurisdiction? Jurisdiction? That's not the right word. What are you trying to say? Something with a jury in it. Verdict. There you go. Something court related. Something to make me sound smart. Interestingly enough, not Sorry. Not my favorite. It's kind of like, what can I attribute it to? It's very unique. Yeah. It kind of has the same feeling as like Dune had for me. I'm now very excited for this world that we're going to explore. Yes. I wasn't I don't know.
Like, yeah, I guess Dune, because like Dune was really great. Visually, it was wonderful, but it was also really, really long. Yeah. And Batman was really, really long. And I'm fine with a long movie, except it had that kept giving me that like, okay, we're not done. We're
Return of the King. That's every time. That's how I feel like at the end of Return of the King. I'm like, it's not over.
Yeah,
it's not over.
It's like it really could have ended on a couple. A lot of could have been trimmed from it. I feel like
there was a lot already trimmed.
Yeah, which I know, but there's just like certain things I was just like, come as you are. It's like I get it.
Somewhere under the bridge. Just the fucking Nirvana. The soundtrack is amazing, but I do feel like they used that Nirvana song just a little bit
too much.
A little too much. A little too on the head.
Well, I just got to say, too, just in general, the sound of this movie, if you have not seen it in theaters and you're planning on maybe just waiting for it to come out, I kind of recommend to see this in theaters if you're comfortable with it, with everything going on, because
Anthony actually didn't realize how intense it was, and he took his fiance to it, and she's really, really sensitive to stuff like this. She's really can easily get nightmares and stuff, and they got through like not even half of it before she was just kind of like covering her ears, and he's like, do you want to go? And she's like, no, I'm going to be... And he's like, no, like, I'm going to be worrying about her the entire time. I'm not going to enjoy it. She's really not enjoying it. We just need to go.
Yeah.
And which is unfortunate, but like, it is that's how intense this movie is, though.
The sound department did a killer job.
Except for the fact that every time that dun, dun came, I was expecting the Imperial March. Dun, 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 dun.
I wish you hadn't said that.
Dun, dun.
I'm wondering if you ruined it. No, that's all I'm going to hear.
That's all I was hearing the entire time. I don't want to be alone.
I didn't notice.
Join me in my pain.
But yeah, like with the sound department, like his car, his punches, like they didn't show a lot of the time him making contact, but the sound alone, you almost felt it.
Yeah.
Like his punches were fucking killer. Like, yeah, he doesn't kill people, but he'll definitely put you in a fucking coma. like.
And we need a bus over here.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was what and also what I thought was really interesting was Paul Dano's Riddler.
Captivating.
Yeah, but like again, going back to the sound thing, he had like he had like cellophane wrap around his like hair and stuff. Mm-hmm. And wore a winter combat military mask, which is like a full face mask that covers nose, mouth, and everything. But with the way he was speaking, he was really intense. But what I thought was interesting was because of everything he had on his face, he would be screaming like his manifesto kind of like, Unabomber thing.
Yeah.
But because of the way the mask, it almost sounded like he was being suffocated while screaming, and it was terrifying.
It's almost like the bag was over his face as well.
Yeah, like it had this muffled, like someone had put a bag and was pulling it back as he was screaming, but he's screaming this, this message about corruption and lies.
A really terrifying thing with him as well is like before he would like actually like attack the person, how he would like breathe super like erratically to like work himself up and then just fucking start attacking. It was just like, holy shit, this is a person that is truly like forcing themselves to be unhinged, like finding like this like deep like animalistic thing inside of them that would just it was just terrifying.
I mean, Dano really just did a Heath Ledger treatment on the Riddler in a lot of ways. It is not, hello, Batman, riddle me this.
Riddle me this, Batman. What has a face and two hands?
Yeah, he's not.
A clock. Aha! Sorry.
I like you actually picked one of the riddles from
Batman and Robin.
What was it?
Batman Forever.
Yeah, Batman Forever. Well, no, but what was the... Check the numbers on my face. You won't find 13 any place.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think there's something with hands as well. Maybe that was 2 on the note, but yeah. That was all right. You got to give it to me. That was pretty quick on the spot right there. Because I'm not really good at making up riddles. I'm not the Riddler.
But I mean, yeah, it's this weird, like, And I don't want people to think when I say like the Heath Ledger treatment, and for some reason like it goes to Jim Carrey's Riddler, where it's like he almost acts like we said last week. He acts like the Joker, where he's very ha. It's like no, he's the Zodiac killer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and it's like he's creating a manifesto. He look like you said that. It's like I likened him to like a terrorist cult leader. Because he has this following of people that all are going to dress like there's a message.
He's like a domestic terrorist.
Yeah. That was brainwashing people, convincing them to follow his creed, it was.
No, but that's what's crazy though. It didn't even seem like he gave a shit it's kind of what happens.
He was gathering people that feel the same way.
Yeah,
he was their leader. I guess not savant, but like.
That's what's unnerving about it. Is like it felt really grounded.
Yeah.
Because it's like he was doing these things because he believed in them, and people started believing in him. Mm-hmm. The whole Batman as a symbol, Riddler became a symbol.
Yes,
and it was really cool and very unnerving because like this happens.
Well, it's crazy. It's like even thinking back, I can't wait to watch it again because. Going into the funeral for the mayor, there's people outside protesting that have like messages from the Riddler on their signs.
Yeah, they have his emblem and everything too.
Yeah, it's like these are the people that are going to show up and fucking with the guns at the end.
Yeah,
it's like it's fucking strangely like reminiscent of QAnon and the attack of the White House.
Yeah,
it's like the movie it strangely reflects our society in a really good way right now as well. Like I was so taken aback with how good it was.
Well, going back to the kind of like the comparison to the Joker thing. I don't know if y'all remember, but when Joker does his like, the Batman must take off his mask or people will die. Oh man, my word! That unnerving,
the manic change of the voice.
Yeah, like that whole like holding the camera thing. Riddler does that too, and it has just as much intensity.
Mm-hmm. But it's its own unique way. No, he has more of like he said. It's more like he's like, oh yeah, there's that scene where he's kind of holding it, but a lot more of his stuff is like webcam, like he's setting up, like he's doing doing a fucking Twitch live stream.
Yeah, and it's like it's different in the sense that Joker was very like manic and gleeful in this really dark moment. Mm-hmm. Riddler's pissed.
Yeah,
he's like.
And then strangely, like, thankful. He's like, thank you all for listening and following. Just like,
thank you for all my subscribers. Yeah. But, yeah.
Well, I mean, the really great thing is like, when
so to answer your question, no. This is, I guess
there was a question with this, wasn't there?
I guess, yeah, it is. But I mean, like, still my favorite, I think, is probably Batman Returns.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's also, I'm careful about that because it's also a nostalgia.
Yeah. But I mean, just because it's nostalgia, I mean, that can be your favorite still.
Yeah,
but I mean, but it's like I feel like comparing like Tim Burton's world to Joel Schumacher's world,
any of them,
to Nolan's world, to what's going to be now Reeves' world, they're all so different. There's ones in there that are better than the others. There are ones that stand out. They have like their own bits of that are good that the other ones don't have.
Well, yeah, like I don't know if we were talking about the recording too, but even we were fucking around with actually. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze is pretty hilarious and very entertaining.
Yeah, we were talking about the last. Yeah,
it's not great, but it's entertaining.
Oh, and also I was saying like all of his lines are one-liners. They're not one-liners. It's either a one-liner or it's a really bad pun
about ice.
Yeah,
that's all he talks about.
Yeah,
or he has all his like his goons in the freezer. Yeah. I'm Mr. White Christmas. Oh, yeah.
And they're all freezing, singing.
And they're like chewing on frozen dinners.
Yeah.
And, like it's really Adam West.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
And it's like, it's funny. Like, I mean, if you want to get that's a great Batman to show a kid.
Yeah.
Like an 8-year-old. Like they'll get a kick out of it, like.
And they're like, ooh, Bane, strong, Poison Ivy, whoa.
Yeah. But like, you don't want to show them the Batman off. You'll terrify them.
Not for kids. Actually, I read somewhere that parents around were upset like leaving the movie theaters because they were expecting a child-friendly Batman movie.
Why?
Because parents don't pay it. They're like, yeah, my kid wants to see Batman because it's Batman. Yeah, I remember Batman from my childhood.
It's like, yeah, did you not miss the entire 10 years of Nolan's? Even those aren't very kid-friendly.
They probably did, yeah.
I mean, the Batman Begins I could see being okay, but for like a 12...
The Dark Knight's definitely the one that's more dark, but the Dark Knight Rises, that one, it's definitely, I wouldn't say it's kid friendly, but it's not anything to like give kids nightmares over. The Joker, I could see giving kids nightmares over.
God, I love the way he talks in that movie. You ought to know, you bought it. Like his little
Heath Ledger, yeah.
Yeah, his little flexions that he has was really awesome.
Yeah.
And the televisions plan there.
Yeah, it's just Heath Ledger fucking stole the damn show with that goddamn thing.
Don't make him squeal.
But there's the thing is like, yes, Dano did like kind of do this whole like did the Joker treatment, if you want to say. I don't know if Dano is gonna probably. I don't know if it's enough for like an Academy nomination. Like it's great, it's captivating. I don't know if it's Academy worthy. Heath Ledger's was so transformational from who he was and was so dynamic that I see why it was Academy worthy. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but now you say that, I wonder if it's like weirdly. I wonder if it's the mask.
Possibly, because
there's just a level of a
disconnect.
Disconnect. Because it's like,
but I will also say like but that fucking monologue he has in prison when he's sitting there talking.
That was good.
That is one of like. God, Dano is just so good with monologues. His monologues in There Will Be Blood, even as like his short one in Little Miss Sunshine, he just knows how to like draw you in.
It was so weird too when you told me Paul Dano, because I think you told me when it was released that Paul Dano was going to, both Paul Dano and Colin Farrell like were confirmed as the bad guys. I was really just like, Paul Dano was great in There Will Be Blood. I don't know what the hell he's going to do with the Riddler. And it was not this.
Because we were thinking about the Riddler as like, riddle me this, Batman.
Yeah.
You know, not like a grounded idea of somebody who was an orphan fighting, like feeling like as a cast aside, obsolete human being in comparison to the rich and wealthy of Gotham.
That was also an interesting thing.
I actually made Riddler a fucking character.
Well, since we were like just talking about too like Heath Ledger's voice, you want to talk about Bat voice?
Yeah, that's actually a great transition because there wasn't really a Bat voice.
It was awesome.
Yeah, he would just like talk as Bruce Wayne, and then like if he was in the bat suit, he would just talk a little bit lower, a little bit more of a whisper.
Yeah, it was actually really good. Like I really, really appreciated that.
I'm vengeance. Not
I'm vengeance.
Where are the other drugs going?
Yeah. Where were the other drugs going?
Where are the other drugs going? Fuck face.
Malkovich? Yeah, you know he's scary.
Yeah. We're fucking nerds.
Yeah, because I mean that like I think we were talking about in the car afterwards. Something that fucking it still sticks with me as one of my biggest annoyances is when Christian Bale's Nolan's Batman was talking to Lucius Fox, who knows he's Bruce Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
And they're talking like normally, and then a scene later, he puts on the thing. Lucius, when Jesus talked to Joker, where is the Rachel going? Yeah, it's just like
okay. I can.
Was it that bad in the first one? The first Batman Begins.
I think I can't remember. It's been also the bad voice never bothered me.
Really?
Yeah, I never got bothered by it. When other people started bringing it up, I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that's the thing. And maybe that's just you just being particular. But then I saw the internet making fun of it. And I was like, okay, yeah, it is kind of ridiculous. But is it really that bad? And then I saw it like blow up even more. I was like, all right, I get it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Look at when Badman came out.
No, Badman, Pete Holmes. Fucking, I was like, all right, I see what you're. I get it.
Because as long as there's people that believe in good.
The whole thing is like he's only using the voice when he's in the suit, and I think it's just like it's this whole idea of separation of Bruce from Bat, and I think like when he's in the suit, it's just like it comes out of him. It's like a person who puts on a costume and like a drag queen, you know. When they got the wig and the everything on and the makeup, they become another personality. They have a voice to it and whatnot, you know? Do you like that I'm comparing Batman to a drag queen?
That came out of left field. All right, yeah, sure. Yeah,
well,
I get it.
Because I was trying to have like something that's a connection of like costume of like person from personality, you know, and like maybe they might feel more comfortable in this, and like that's the voice that comes out for them. They're like more comfortable with that. That could just be that was a weird choice, maybe not weird, but a specific choice that Bale and Nolan decided on. I'm talking a lot with my hands right now.
Yeah, you are. You were also sitting like an orangutan for a minute. When you're saying like me, you're like
me. I can't wait for us to get cameras for people to see me just doing this.
Well, I was gonna say though, and maybe I'm gonna kind of specifically talk to like my Batman nerds out there. Something they did in this that they have definitely touched on in a bunch of comic books and a bunch of anime movies and a bunch of the live action movies. And funny enough, going back to the Keaton thing, that they actually did it pretty well in the Keaton one, in the second one. In Returns, but Bruce Wayne is Batman's alter ego.
Yeah.
And with the voice choice that they picked, this feels, because of his recluseness and everything like that, he is Batman, and Bruce Wayne is just so no one figures out that he is Batman.
Yeah.
Basically. And Keaton, they kind of do that too, kind of in the whole relationship with him and Selena Kyle.
Yeah.
At like the dance, and they're talking about masks and everything. And, you know, the whole, in the first one, he only throws the party to
a mistletoe.
That was actually a pretty great scene.
Yeah, right.
When they figure out, like, it's even deadlier when you eat it. They look at each other and, like, that was actually pretty good.
Alex was like, should we start fighting?
Yeah. But yeah, like this, and that was interesting about this, is that Bruce Wayne is really a side character to what Batman is trying to accomplish, even to the point where Alfred is very much like, you're going to kill yourself. You're not only that, you're going to kill yourself, but you're going to destroy your family's legacy. You're going to destroy this company. You're going to destroy everything to be Batman, which I thought was funny too, because he's like, I don't care about that. I'm like, you can't be Batman without your money, bro. Like, you need the money. You need I was going to say bro, but Bruce started, I don't know. Bros. It's like, you need the money a little bit. Like, kind of. You need the money a bit. Like, otherwise you're just going to be
a poor dude
running down the streets. You know, like, you need the car, you need the grapple hook. You know, you need the stuff. I mean, so the voice is okay. His walk, though. Yeah. Him and Zoe Kravitz's walk, they had some really awkward walking scenes.
Yeah,
in this.
There was a TikTok or Instagram reel that you sent me. Wasn't there about Catwoman walking through the club and just girls just like throwing her body around.
Yeah, it kind of like, going back to Batman, it reminded me of Uma Thurman.
Oh,
I'm sexy and I know it. You know. But I did actually, I don't know, I think I said it on the last one, I was really worried about the whole love.
The Catwoman Batman love
thing.
Love interest.
And it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It was handled, I mean, I don't like the ending of it where it's like, she's like, you belong to the city and I belong to be free.
And they had that long drive.
That long motorcycle drive, and then they split ways.
Quite literally.
To represent, or to obviously show that they're going on separate directions in life. She's going to be a villain. He's going to be a hero.
I agree with you. The ending wasn't great, but they also didn't really like...
I was so checked out. By that point. I don't even remember what they really said. Like, I saw the motorcycle thing happening, and I think I kind of dozed off for half a second. It was like, because it was Nirvana playing "Somewhere in the Way."
But yeah, so that wasn't terrible, I guess.
It's definitely not perfect, but it is very, very good.
Yeah.
There's
fucking Colin Farrell was awesome.
You can't even recognize him. Also, there's a great thing with it is like this is kind of more like an origin story for the city of Gotham than it is for a story of Batman, because this is with Falcone dead, Maroni is gone behind bars. This is now all of the rogues, like the rogue gallery of Batman, now rising up to take over.
Yeah, which one? Yeah, it's kind of leaning into the whole. Well, two things actually.
The city is washed away with water and reborn into more chaos.
Well, it's leaning into two things. It's leaning into the Batman is the whole. His persona is creating the other personas of his rogues gallery because now these people feel comfortable.
Well, and that's all of what Riddler is like. We were doing this together.
Yeah, and then also it's very much leaning into, in my opinion, a no man's land. Next movie is going to be like a no man's land Batman, which will be dope.
Dude,
that'd be so cool. No Man's Land. I've never read No Man's Land. Check it out. The city is in complete martial law. They blow up the bridges so no one can leave, and each one of the rogues gallery takes like a part of the city. Like Penguin has an area, Joker has an area, Bane has an area, and Batman's like trying to stop this meta-human gang war happening.
That makes me remember the Harley Quinn animated show when that happens. And she just,
it was great.
So good.
That was so funny.
I love that. I can't wait for this third season.
Hey, did that countdown thing, the website thing, ever happen?
Oh, I haven't looked at it in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's look it up off. Oh, yeah. We might want to be wrapping up soon. Maybe. Yeah, we're at like an hour 5 or so. Oh, yeah. Do you want to talk about... I guess we don't really need to talk about Christian Bale being 31, do we?
No.
Yeah. That was just kind of a funny thing.
Yeah, I said last episode.
I mean, but also I didn't really think about it as well, because I think it's interesting because you look at Robert Pattinson in this one. Robert Pattinson just looks younger.
Well, he also oozes like angsty energy.
When I was a young bat, my father was dead in an alley.
When we went to see Zorro,
bang bang in the alley. Sorry. Just remember Patton Oswalt's joke.
Bang, bang in the alley.
Christian Bale was 31 when he was cast in Batman Begins. And he plays a young Bruce Wayne, but it kind of jumps around time and whatnot. And Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne's clearly like in his like mid to late 20s in this.
Yeah. We did the math. He's like 32.
In the movie?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we did the math. He was like 12 when his parents died, and then it did...
Oh, and it said 20 years later.
Yeah. So
I've been at this for 2 years.
So he was like 30 when he started.
I'm vengeance.
Yeah, and it had a really cool look to it. Yeah, I mean, all in all, it was really great. A little too long, really. Hey, come on, sweetheart.
A little too many buck shots to the chest for good old Bats, in my opinion. That bat suit would have been fucking wrecked and falling apart by the end of it.
Speaking of the bat suit, his bat suit's cool.
The bat suit is really cool. Super unrealistic. Obviously, it's bat suit. I saw an article like how the bat suit's super unrealistic, and I thought they were going to be talking about specifically the Matt Reeves one, this one, and they're like, and it just started off with like, first off, a cape would be super unrealistic to somebody who's running around jumping through rooftops. And I'm just like, can we not go down this route?
Well, that was weird to me. It makes me think of Incredibles. No capes. Electro Man, 1942, eaten by a tornado. I thought it was kind of interesting too. Like for anyone that hasn't seen it, he doesn't do the like grab the edge and glide with it.
No, it turns into a.
He has like a squirrel suit.
Yeah,
like a flying squirrel suit.
It's what is it? There's a specific name for those. I can't remember. It's super. It's like the most dangerous form of like sky gliding.
But yeah, which I thought was like it was like, oh, okay, well that actually, like they didn't really. Well, that was kind of except for like one thing, but they don't really explain it. There's no pseudoscience.
No.
That they try to like cram down your throat, like you know, in Nolan's, there's this whole underground facility of all this super high tech gear.
Well, it's all like was designed for military grade use that was never given to the military. The military ever wanted.
Yeah, and then he adapts it for the Batman. There was nothing like that. It's just very much like even his car. His car is it's just a really fast car that is also kind of a.
It's got a turbojet on it.
That also was kind of like a tank because it can rip through shit. But it's not like that was like that whole, and I kind of like that Nolan like put it like there's that guy that's like like researching the R&D department, and he finds all the evidence of these gadgets. Yeah. Where I was like, it's a huge. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna notice. Like,
I really like how that was played out though in Dark Knight when that guy comes forward to Lucius Fox, and
your plan is to blackmail this man.
Yeah.
Good luck. You're telling me that your boss, the most powerful and influential man in the world, is secretly a vigilante that beats criminals to a pulp with his bare hands?
Dresses like a bat.
And your plan is to blackmail this person?
Just laughs him out of the room.
Good luck. And then that guy's like fear, like, I'm just gonna take that.
Well, and then he takes it to the fucking news show, and that's when the Joker fucking Anywho.
This became kind of more about just like Batman.
Yeah, it did. I think we should maybe wrap it up. I have more things I want to say, but I feel like, and it's not in context. I don't know. There's like just that one moment they're walking through the chapel, and it's like very clearly normal person Gordon with crazy dude dressed as a bat working together. I was like, this is a weird image, actually.
That's how it always was.
I know exactly, but I think it was just like it finally clicked.
How weird it was to see like that.
And fully the association was like, there it is now. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's also cool that, and speaking of the suit too, this Batman can actually move his head.
Yeah,
which is great. He can actually.
They didn't have to discover it in the second movie after.
Explain the costume change.
But yeah, I think that's probably good for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and next week we still haven't really figured out the movies, but what is the youth?
We are going to get it back. We will not lie this time.
Yeah,
we needed a week to like kind of reset, so that's why we did this.
Yeah, and we felt like it was like last week was so open ended with like we're going to go see the Batman, and we don't like follow up with like how we felt about it.
Yeah. Go see it. It's intense. It's long.
If you don't want to sit in a 3-hour movie, I would say to wait till it to come out on digital.
Comfort from your own house.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I don't think I would not be offended if anybody wanted to do that.
I would say though, if you are going to watch it at home and you have the option, use like a sound bar or if you have like
stick your head in an amp and just let it below your eardrums out.
Or use like if you have like a PlayStation or something, headphones. Mm-hmm. Like over the ear headphones to really get the
any type of thing to give you like a really like complete surround sound feel.
Yeah, I would recommend that if that's at all possible. Yeah, so we're figuring it out, but next week our theme is youth.
Yes.
So I don't know if you can think of anything. We have an idea for the first one.
Well, if they're not going to be able to tell, we're going to have it chosen and recorded before they even listen to this. Oh shit! It's your birthday on this episode. Happy birthday!
Is it?
Yeah.
Hey!
Tommy's 30.
Tommy's 30. Tommy's
dirty 30.
I'm going to go see Morbius. All right, cool. Please like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Spotify,
Patreon, give us some money,
Apple Podcast, all that stuff. Please leave a review and rating. That will always help us out. On our Instagram, we do other little stuff like little mini reviews and just fun little content. Pretty much something new every week on there if you want to check it out.
Yeah, it's true. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll get back to you next week.
Yeah, this is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is
Tommy and Jacob's mixtape.
Baby.